Yeah.
So
So
I had this vision of FFU, and we've seen so many podcasts out there coming
mm,
from different perspectives, but we're not really seeing. I mean, I think there are a few podcasts of Black British women, but maybe
yeah.
not from our generation. I don't know. And I just said,
Yeah.
yeah, let's go for it. So here we are. You
Yeah, I
know,
mean, I agree. I think if they are out there, they're not very few. So, let's that's I just think we're called to do things and everything happens in divine time. I'm Amma,
exactly.
also known as unconventional Gen Xer, because
Love
I
that.
speak the mind as I see it, and I'm unapologetic about that. Obviously, born, raised, lived in London, also lived in parts of Africa and Jamaica. So, yeah, I'm settled back here with my children. I've got 5 children.
Which
Four.
I can't believe. Like when she told me she had five, I went, what?
Yeah, a lot of
She
people get
just,
that. Get that. And
yeah,
when they see me with them, they're like, "Oh, are you brothers and sisters?" Like,
yeah,
no,
because
mum. Like, really?
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, 4 adults all doing their own thing. Pretty good. Really proud of them.
Mhm.
And I've got the baby still at home. My youngest son is still at home as well.
Right.
So I work part-time at the moment and do content creating. I've got a channel, Perfectly Posh, or talking about cats from a luxurious point of view, but just all
Great.
things cats in general. And
Yeah, she's a cat.
also,
She's like the epitome of a cat lady.
I will be soon. I've only got 2 right now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't see me with like 10 cats. I just can't. I like
No.
neat and it's too much work. So I don't
Mm.
like to do too much work. Let me be honest. So
Yeah.
I'm happy with the 2 of them. Do you know what I mean? I'm
Hmm.
very happy.
Hmm.
I'm still learning about them. It's not
Hmm.
even a year since I've had both of them. So yeah, it's a learning progress. I've got
Yeah.
some more content to upload. It's just the time, as you know. And
Yeah.
I'm running my own channel, Gen Xer. I'm on
I
TikTok,
just really, like
Instagram.
Emma is doing
So
so
yeah,
much, and she's
I'm really,
she's
yeah.
gone way ahead of me because I'm in my head all the time, and I'm
Yeah,
trying to think what to do. And I mean, I know what my niche is, but it's
yeah,
just I just overanalyze, and I think that's for me.
yes.
And I've been procrastinating quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
say, yeah, it's I've been there. I've been there.
yeah,
The same thing, had you know, the self-talk and the self, what makes you think you can do it, blah, blah, blah. You sure you want to put yourself out there? People are gonna criticize you, they're gonna judge you, they're gonna blah, blah, blah.
sure,
I just thought, fuck it, I've been dealing with that all my life. So what is the difference? What's the bloody difference? And I've got a
it's
story to
true.
tell, just like we all have,
Yeah,
especially from a British perspective. We
yeah,
we we're not hearing our voices. So,
we're
like,
not.
this is destiny. This is what I'm saying about divine timing, because we had this
Mhm.
conversation about 4 years ago, remember?
Yeah, we did. Oh my
Went through
goodness,
it, but
4 years ago.
it's
God,
not
it's a long
possible.
time. Yep.
It's, yeah, three,
And
four
here we
years.
are in divine time,
Yeah, it's
and
meant to happen here and
yeah,
now. Do
at
you know what
this
I mean? So,
time, this space.
I
Hmm.
just think I embrace things when they come to me, like with the spirits telling
Exactly.
me you're meant to be going here. And I feel like if I put myself into something, and I was saying this to one of my children the other day, I think it was my son. I said to him, you know what? I have an addictive personality.
I
I've
think I do
realized
as
that.
well. I
Yeah,
think
because
I do.
if I get into something, I'm just so in it until it's almost like I've had it and had my cup full and run over. So
Yeah.
complain, they'll say, but mom, why are you always watching? Before I had my cats, everything was cats 24/7 from morning till night. I was just absorbing cats because I was so longing for my
Yeah.
spiritual buddies. I was looking for
Mm,
that connection. I
I
needed
understand that.
that
Mm,
thing, you know what I mean? And I had things in the way, there was blockages in the way that I needed to clear.
right.
Could
Right.
actually manifest my kitten and actually have them here, have her here,
Mm,
And I'm
mm,
talking about Anubis because she was in my head for a very long time. Once I discovered that breed, and I realized, yes, she fits in my family because we're a little bit cracked. We're a little bit loopy, but we're also calm. We're also very intelligent. We're also beautiful people. So she
yeah.
fit perfectly in. So my mind was set. I was going to get a Bengal, even though I'd seen so many negative things. That was that. That was already
But
a
you
done
kind of spoke it, in a sense, I think you spoke it into existence because I
into
remember
existence.
you were talking about it
Yeah,
quite a while back. You said you really like
yeah,
those kind of cats. Remember we had that
yes,
conversation. And
yeah,
so I guess
exactly.
it's about speaking things into existence,
Yeah,
So yeah,
because sometimes when we speak things into existence, we do expect it straight away, but you have to be ready
time.
when
Yeah,
it comes. You
yeah,
have to be mentally ready for when the time comes, because when that
for
manifestation
sure.
does arrive, can't be shocked. You can't be
You
surprised,
cannot.
or you can't be
You
frightened,
got to be
right? Or
ready. You got to be
you
ready
have
for
to be
it.
ready, because if
Yeah.
you're not, you're going to lose it. It won't
Yeah.
last. It's be
Yeah.
like a
I
hole in your
agree.
pocket.
I
And I feel
agree.
like at this time in my life, I'm tired of making mistakes. I'm not saying I won't ever make them, but
Hmm.
I'm saying big mistakes that I should have learned already. Do you understand what I
I'm
mean? I
still
am very
learning.
proud of myself. Yeah,
I'm
every
still
single
learning.
day. Every
Yeah.
single day I'm
Yeah.
learning. I learn from everybody, sis. I'm learning AI now. I'm learning trading.
AI.
Something that I kind of had my foot in and out of from 2014. Now my
Mm.
sons have taken off and they trade, especially my youngest one. So
Wow.
I'm putting myself and giving myself a little challenge right now. And I think if it does succeed and I can take it to the second stage, then maybe I might need his interaction to help me understand
Right,
chart
because I remember you were saying
little
you were
bits.
thinking of doing cybersecurity. That's what
Yeah,
you
yeah,
were, yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, but
Which I
before
think.
cybersecurity,
Mm.
that's what I was doing, trading like 20. I learned
Oh,
about
right.
2013 after
Wow.
Bitcoin kind of bust
Mm.
went big time. And I said to my children all the time, we're wasting money. We could have bloody well invested in that, and we would have.
Yeah. It's
My son,
crazy, isn't it?
kind of,
Because maybe it
yeah,
wasn't that time. Maybe it
yeah.
wasn't that time to do that
I
because,
wish it was for me. That's what I'm
um,
saying. Because I had money that I could have invested without even blinking.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And I'm kind
yeah,
of mad I didn't get the opportunity, but I can't be mad because it wasn't my time, it wasn't my
it wasn't
journey.
the time. Yeah,
So
I get
I have
you.
to
I
accept that.
mean,
Yeah,
I have all those kind of, for me, I think it's just it's a lot of negative self-talk. And admittedly, I
yeah,
think it's from the trauma that I was raised up in. But,
yeah. Definitely plays a
even
part.
to now, at my wonderful age, I still feel, kind of a lot of procrastination. And I think what makes it harder for me is living on an island where I don't know
Yes,
anybody except for my
it is.
husband, and
Yeah.
it's French, and I feel quite isolated sometimes. So really, the
Mhm.
internet has really been my outlook. That's probably why I'm on the internet a lot, because it's
Yeah, yeah.
to try, like when I'm Facebook, not so much, but I
Connect.
used to be on Facebook. Yeah, I used to be on Facebook a lot. In fact, that's why I met Amma. I met Amma on
Yeah, that's
Facebook,
how we
which is
met. Yeah, we
yeah,
met
that's
on
how we
Facebook.
met.
It's
Ironically,
true. A lot of my
and
friends I've met on Facebook, my very good friends from
mhm,
Facebook. Why do I
right.
dislike Facebook so much? Why am I so adverse to going on there lately? I can't tell you.
Maybe maybe it's finished for you in a sense, but
That's what
as
I
we
was
were
going to
talking
say.
about
That's the only thing
yesterday,
I can think of. Maybe I've,
the
yeah,
marketing would
I've
be good for
outgrown
you.
that.
Yeah, outgrown it.
Yeah, because it's so
I feel
cool.
quite outgrown by it, but I was like putting something
Yeah.
out the other day, and it really went kind of viral. And I'm thinking, because sometimes I call them Taiwoisms, right? My little
Yeah.
Taiwoisms, and these little phrases in my head or things that
Yeah.
I've had from before, and I put that out there, and I get a lot of response, But
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. But
I mean,
internet for me has, yeah,
it's a good platform to,
mm,
get subscribers and followers and connect with people. It is, but for some reason I just kind of, when I think about it, I'm like, oh, I don't know
yeah,
why of late.
right. Because you
And
used to be on
I,
it quite a lot, actually,
a
didn't you?
lot, yes,
Yeah.
girl, I was riding the waves. Oh my God. Up in controversy, be arguing with people,
Yeah,
knowledge
yeah,
here, dropping knowledge there on deaf
yeah,
ears. Been there.
yeah,
I've been
yeah.
there before the Americans started to travel. When they were all
Yes,
living in their
that
little
part.
cities and they weren't going anywhere and they didn't know
Yeah,
anything and they didn't know there was black people outside of America. They thought it
yeah,
was just them.
just
So
them. They
I
still do sometimes as well.
suppose that,
They
yeah,
still
that's
do, but
true. A lot is
that's
changing,
another
but yeah, it's
subject.
getting better. That's
Yeah,
another subject. So yeah,
yeah,
I think that's probably what it is. Maybe it's because I've been there fighting the good fight and trying to get our people to understand liberation and
yeah.
getting together, supporting each other.
Digital liberation.
Yeah, yeah, that's where it's going
Yeah,
now. That's
yeah.
all. Now I
Because
don't.
I'll be watching all those, the
Yeah,
YouTube, the Kevin Samuels. Remember Kevin Samuels?
I watched a few of his
Oh,
videos. He never sat well
I
with my spirit, but you
no.
know what? I remember seeing his first video when he was talking to black men, and he wasn't getting very many views. When he was like, I don't even know what. He looked like just a regular Joe going to a regular
Mm,
9 to 5 job.
yeah,
He wasn't wearing the suits then. He was sitting in his
no,
car making his recordings.
right,
Obviously, he's talking to men, so I'm not going to engage. So
yeah,
move on. And then when I saw him again, and he was saying all this negative stuff about black
black
women,
women,
that's where the
yeah,
money is,
low
unfortunately.
value,
That's
of
why
course,
so
low
many,
value, yeah,
yeah, yeah, so many of them talk about black women negatively on social media because because
I
it'll
mean,
blow your
when you see
channel
all
up
those
quickly.
right, when you see all those podcasts, those gender
Yeah,
wars, especially between black men and black women of a certain age,
yeah.
maybe the millennial era, I don't know, or even Gen Z,
There
it's
is
like
no,
really, yeah, there's
there
no
is no,
balance.
no, there's no boundaries, sis.
Mm,
There's no
mm,
respecter of age or persons. They
no.
just let anything come out because of their own trauma, their own self-hate,
Mm,
things
mm,
they haven't dealt with. Because
mm,
I
mm.
guarantee you, those same males that are talking negatively about black women probably had come from a single parent background. The majority
It's
of them
just a
come
lot of
from
trauma, so much
who
trauma.
stuck, who stuck around? The woman.
Unhealed trauma,
Oh,
I call it. Unhealed
yeah,
because I think this is crazy. And that was
yeah,
then. And I think it's got even worse now, to be honest. But I
yeah.
don't
I
engage.
don't
I know what's
I
going
don't
on,
engage.
I don't engage at
Yeah.
all. I still
Do you know
see a
the
lot of
sad
that
thing is,
stuff.
it didn't start today because this has been going on from
No.
before YouTube was big,
Yeah.
from Facebook days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Facebook. That's what I'm saying. I used to get into arguments with a lot of these people
Yeah. Yeah.
because I would remind them, but the woman that you're the same woman that you look like that you disrespect is the one that stuck around and looked after your dusty ass when she should have
Was
done and gone
being
about
that
her business,
strong black woman.
right? Because she
Yeah.
felt obligated. She
Right.
didn't have a choice. This is where that whole silly ass term strong black woman come in. It's not that black women want to be strong. A lot of us have had no choice because we've been
No
abandoned.
choice. Yeah.
What choice do you have when your so-called husband or boyfriend or whatever just decides that he no longer wants to be a part of your family or
Yep.
no longer wants to
Just
be
don't want to
responsible for
just
his
don't want to be
children?
responsible or
What are
accountable
you
for
supposed to
anything.
do?
Yep.
Most of us were put in that position by no fault of our
No
own.
force of because I think
And then,
about my mum. I think
yeah,
about my mum, the
that's
first
so bad.
generation, right? First generation, the immigrant coming into going into England, and
Yeah,
she was just there to go and educate, to become educated. Well, not become. She was educated already, but she had a scholarship to come and do midwifery.
yeah.
And then she happened to meet my father, which I think was the worst thing that ever happened to her, even though
Mhm.
we came through all that.
Came from, I
But
know,
yeah, but
yeah,
and when I think about it now in retrospect, I think my mum had the nervous breakdown over my father.
it
She
sounds
really
like
did
it.
have it because she had two sets of twins, and all the stuff that happened with us went on.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
then I know. I know, like, because I was reading some of the files that we had, like when we went into care and everything. I read some of the papers on me, and just even they were trying to find my father,
mm,
because she was going to
yeah,
court, trying to get custody, and all that kind of stuff was going on when we were in the homes and everything. And she was trying to find my father, she couldn't find him anywhere.
yeah.
And he was just like there making billions of children. And it's
Mm.
just like things have not changed. The narrative is still there. And I'm not saying this is a bash on all black men, because there's a lot of black men
Mm.
there out there who are very
That was
good
decent, good.
children. Talk to my father, he's always looking for something like from me.
And
But
out,
he's not asking about, he's not asking about how I'm doing, because he never
yeah,
will. Because he
selfish,
is 84 next month in December, and he
yeah.
still hasn't bloody well grown. So he's 84. So what chance?
He's stuck. He's stuck, sis. He's stuck. He's stuck at a certain age. He
Oh
probably
God.
trapped at age 25. A lot of them
I
are
think so, yeah.
trapped in that particular period where they probably felt that that was the best time of their life, and they
Hmm
can't
hmm
like let go of that and give up. And
Our podcast, it's not about bashing anybody. It's just
no,
talking
we're still
about
talking
being
the truth.
fierce,
Yeah, it's being the truth.
fierce.
Yes.
Fearless and unapologetic, and just
Yeah,
talking our truth. Basically, that's what
yes,
this
speaking the
blog is,
truth.
this podcast about.
Yeah,
And I think you had a really great disclaimer yesterday. You said
yeah,
about frequency. Can you say that again? What did you say
yeah.
about the
You're
frequency?
tuning into our frequency. If it resonates with you and you could get something from this, you're welcome. If it's not for you,
Hmm
there are many other channels that you can explore out there. We
Yeah,
wish you the
yeah,
best.
yeah.
Have a
But I
ball,
love that about the
have a
frequency,
ball.
because
Yeah,
that is
yeah, because
tune
this is
in.
our channel.
Yes,
Channeling.
yeah,
That's what we're
channeling.
doing. We're
Oh my
channeling
God,
energy.
yeah, channeling
It just
energy.
makes so much sense. Do you know what I mean? We're
But I think
channeling.
it's,
You're
I think
tuning
it,
into my frequency. So yeah,
right,
welcome.
right. And going back to what you were saying earlier about divine time, I think it is our
Yeah,
time, because
yeah.
our voice has not really been heard out there, really,
No, no,
you
there
know,
isn't.
and that kind of unapologetic voice. It's been a lot of African American
Muted.
people, which is cool.
Yeah,
But
mostly. And we're just talking about our experiences growing up here and
yeah,
traveling and being a
yeah,
parent. life. It's
Yeah.
just reality. And I think a lot of people, regardless of color, can relate, because if you're a
Yes.
parent, you're going to relate on that, level. If
Mm-hmm.
you're into spirituality, if you're into
Mm-hmm.
reality of what's going on around you, you can't not.
Mm.
It's
You
not
cannot
about
relate.
color. It's
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
the story and the experiences that we all,
Experiences, yeah,
go
and
through.
our lived experiences as well.
Yeah,
Our lived
yeah, that's
experiences, what
it.
we go through. So it's
Mm,
just about I think, like, when we talk, when we've spoken before in the past, we speak on so many things. I think that was
we
part of that.
do.
Let's do a podcast, because our
Yeah, yeah,
voices need to be heard,
yeah,
out there
yeah.
on the
I
internet
agree.
streets. So
Yeah, man,
I'm
I
really
agree.
excited about what's
Come
going
up.
to go next. I'm
I
just
mean, for us,
excited.
it'll be anything. It'll
It
be
could be anything. It could be
anything.
anything.
Whatever
It's
the
like,
spirit tells us to talk about, that's what we'll talk about.
right, because like
But keep it
there's this genre
authentic.
of right, there's this genre
Yeah.
of music, when my husband's from the Commonwealth of Dominica, not Dominica Republic, the Commonwealth of Dominica, which is also known as the Nature Island. Actually, it's in the middle of Guadeloupe. So you got Guadeloupe,
Yeah.
Dominica, and Martinique. It's like they call it a chain of
Okay. So, yeah.
The French Caribbean. And so
Mhm.
there's a genre of music called bouillon, right? And bouillon means
Okay.
like a whole melody and mixture of everything. And I would like to see
Mhm.
that this is just going to be a whole bouillon of different things, different topics. Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
could be anything.
Whatever
It's
the
like
spirit tells us to talk about.
now,
Yeah.
and to
Yeah.
bring the
Right.
reality and authenticity to our
Yeah.
truth and to our narratives. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
I hope that this is going to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
And
That's what we're
anybody who wants to
gonna
join in, they can join
do.
in.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we're
Comments,
going for.
tell us what you want to speak about next, or what you want to have a
Yeah. Yeah, if
conversation
you want
about
to hear
next.
anything, right, exactly. It will stay on.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
anybody that has anything they want to ask, do you know what I mean? Within reason.
Everybody thinks, oh, when you're going on YouTube or any social media, you have to be a certain age or belong to a certain
No, it's
category, which is rubbish, because
yeah,
there's
it's
so many
rubbish.
women our age
There's
or a bit
stories.
younger or a bit older.
Yeah.
They've all got their narratives to tell. Why
Everybody, yeah,
should we
we
have
all
to
have a story.
erase?
Yeah.
Right.
Our
Why have
voices.
to erase something? And
Yeah.
again, I think I was reading an article a few days ago, and they were talking about how the internet is always changing, which is good, because we've got AI, which I know that
Yep.
you're interested in and I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
maybe we can have a conversation about that at another time.
That's
But they
very good.
said that how people want things to be authentic now. They want the tired of, when you see
Yeah,
those
yeah, fake.
influencers, it's all that kind of
Yeah.
filtering and
Yeah,
everything's
yeah,
so perfect. Life
yeah.
isn't
The
perfect.
reality. Yeah, it's
That's
not
not
real.
reality. So
Yeah,
you've
very
got
much.
so
No,
much
no.
experience of living in different countries, Ama.
Yeah.
You've traveled
Yeah.
with your children and lived in different countries. You've got a
Yeah.
whole trailer load of narratives there, like how you were living in Spain
Yeah,
at
yeah.
one time, weren't you? In
Yeah,
Africa
that's
and all
right.
those places with
Yeah.
all your
Yep.
children. I find that
Yeah.
really admirable, And then
Thank you.
I can tell my narrative about actually traveling in the 90s with my children before social media, and just
Yeah.
having my
Yeah.
children and doing a bit of homeschooling with them, where it wasn't even
Yeah.
the done
A
thing then,
thing.
So yeah, so I'm so excited about the whole.
It's exciting. We're already innovators of things that's already
I think
happened that
so.
we're realizing, isn't it?
Right,
We're just,
exactly. Yeah.
that's why they say there's nothing new under the sun, under the
Right.
dome. Nothing new.
Yes. Yeah.
It's true.
Exactly.
We're just rinsing,
Exactly.
repeating.
Right.
Simple. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, everything.
So
I just think everything has its time. It's our time
everything
now.
has
So
its time.
we'll try.
Everything
We'll
has its
time.
time, and it is our time. So I'm really
Yeah.
excited about this. But
Yeah.
I think we maybe come to so many
Yep.
things
That's
that
true.
ours.
Yep. Fearless.
Yeah.
Fear.
Fearless,
Fearless.
fierce,
Unapologetic.
unapologetic, and that's what we're
Yeah.
always going to be.
Yeah.
So I hope
Yeah.
going to love our channel and
Yes.
continue
We hope
to
you'll find
watch
fun.
us grow,
Yep.
because this is our first episode. Just watch us
Yeah.
grow and grow with
Yeah.
us.
Yep. We're on the
Yeah,
journey. Come join us.
yeah,
Walk.
yeah.
You're welcome.
Subscribe,
Yeah.
subscribe,
And share. If
and
you feel,
share. Oh yeah, share. If you
share
feel
with
the
them.
need to share and say, "Wow, just see these amazing two women
Yeah.
who's
If you
just
think somebody
talking
else
in
will
these
benefit from
wonderful."
it.
Yeah, these wonderful accents and blah blah blah. Because they
Yeah.
just don't
Yeah.
think we exist in
We're here.
London,
Yeah.
or in
That's true.
England. We're
Very
here
true.
and we're
That's
not
very
going
true.
anywhere. Yeah.
No. No. We're here to stay.
Okay. Yeah, we're here
All
to
right.
stay, and I love doing this, Amma, with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, I say, and we'll
Okay.
speak another time. Okay.
Yes. All right, everyone.
FFU, signing
Take care
off.
now. See you
Okay, take
later.
care.